Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more relationship stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too. And let's crack on with today's first story from Wifenomorenow, who says, "My husband has been cheating for the past decade. I honestly am at a loss for words. I don't understand why this is happening to me. I'm 30 female. Me and my husband, 30 male, have been married for 5 years, together for 11. Literally had a movie-like relationship, just a constant honeymoon phase. Of course, it got boring here and there, and there were bumps along the road, but would have never have thought of this. Ever. Yesterday, I was looking up a recipe on Pinterest using my husband's phone when he got a message from a contact called Internet Company, but it was a video, which I thought was weird, so I clicked on it. Within the video was a little girl saying "Dada" and a woman in the background that got super excited. I couldn't believe it. I scrolled up, tons of texts all about different things, when he'd be visiting, if he could pick a girl's name, let's call her Kelly. Kelly up to date. Daycare for, let's call her Dina. Date nights, all kinds of stuff. I couldn't believe my eyes. I managed to find the woman on Facebook. All it did was really hammer it in that this was really happening. I tried to convince myself that those weren't his kids. Maybe he was just cheating on me with someone with kids. Please let him be cheating on me with someone with kids. This woman had 2 daughters, worked an office job and posted pictures of her daughters and what she made for dinner every night. I took a breath and messaged her. It was so much worse than I could have ever imagined. These 2 girls were both his. One being 11 months and the other being 4 years old. I was already panicked at the thought of him cheating on me for 4 years, until I asked how long. 10 fucking years. They'd been dating for 10 years. He kept up a double life for 10 years. I don't even want to fathom how. Apparently this woman had no idea. He always claimed he had to live away from her for work. He visited every weekend, which for your information, I work 16-hour shifts on the weekend and return during the afternoon and go straight to bed. She showed me countless videos and images of them together. I just couldn't believe it. How could he do this to me? Why would he do this to me? We have been trying for a kid for 4 months. I was so excited to go through this experience together, but that's wrong. It wouldn't have been together. I'm so glad I'm not pregnant. I can't imagine living this lie while pregnant. I just can't look past this. I feel like such an idiot. How could I not tell? Why wasn't I concerned about never seeing him on the weekends? Why didn't I wonder why he took such frequent business trips? Why didn't I question why he was getting so many texts from an internet company? Why? Why did he waste my time like this? Why did he hurt me like this? Why the hell did he do this? I don't even know how to confront him. I can't sleep. I can't even be around someone like that. Someone who could do this to me. I'm so heartbroken, I can't ignore it. My life is a lie. My life is ruined. And I don't even know how to try to move on." And in the comments, we're going to start off with Goddess Verity, who says, "This guy's a psychopath, and I don't say that lightly. Be very careful about how you confront him, if at all. If it was me, I wouldn't. Get a lawyer, copy every text you can now, like right this instant. Try your best to act like nothing is going on, but know the time is ticking till his girlfriend spills the beans if she hasn't already. It's imperative that you get the text and info ASAP and that lawyer. Once he finds out, he'll be unpredictable. I would say just leave the house, but you need to talk to a lawyer before you actually leave, because you could lose rights to the house till the divorce if you leave. So you may have to stay there together till you have your ducks in a row. Message someone if you need help or someone to talk to. Typical agency says you don't have much time to figure out what to do. You have no choice but to confront him, especially that she knows. Unfortunately, now that things are out in the open, he's more than likely to leave. He has kids with her, so he's more inclined to try and make it work now that you know, especially if he wants to avoid child support. What you need to do is separate finances ASAP. Go to the bank first thing and take half. Remove him from any of your credit cards, change PINs if needed, or cancel them altogether. Save communication you have with her and put cameras inside and outside of your house. Lastly, don't beat yourself up. These things happen. Get tested, see a lawyer, and don't keep this a secret. Lean on family and friends to help you out through this time. Hugs OP. Classic newspaper says, to be fair, the other woman is equally betrayed if we think about it. You are married to the guy. She has kids with him. I'm so sorry for both of you. He's a scumbag and deserves all the embarrassment you two can bring him. I'd invite the other woman over for dinner and have both of you confront him at the same time. But that's from me, a person who won't deal with the damage after. So you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Again, I'm so sorry. Opie responded saying she seemed absolutely taken aback, didn't even believe me at first. She didn't defend him at all, but I have no clue if she'll want to work things out with him or not. Opie then updates the post and says this is an update / extra info. I've gotten in contact with a divorce attorney. I'm obviously going to divorce him to all the people saying we should just be sister wives. Pretty small update, but I wanted everyone to also know a bunch of info because the same questions keep getting asked. So here's the actual update. I haven't confronted him, after dozens of comments advising me not to. Me and the other girl, I'll give her a fake name now I guess, so let's call her Jenny. No, her name is not Jennifer, have been talking. She's agreed to not confront him only because we are married. I did in fact learn that my husband was supporting this other family of his, and apparently Jenny makes a very low paycheck, so she was and is financially dependent on him. Me and Jenny also got two sides of my husband. Me and my husband's life was eerily good. I guess you could say never had any huge arguments. In fact, we rarely argued ever, and if we did, it was usually about me wanting him to get a different job, because I was led to believe he was only making $31,000 a year, which is super low for his occupation. We had an amazing intimate life, all a normal couple basis, but apparently he wasn't so nice to Jenny. He was far more distant, literally also. He yelled at her all the time, treated her like trash, only for him to bring her amazing gifts and take her on an amazing date night and tell her how much he loved her the next week. What the hell? But that's not it. He also loves his daughters oh so much, even though he's screwing over their mum and acts like such a good father. That makes me mad, like super mad. I can't even fathom why. He's not 100% trash. Shouldn't I be happy? But I'm not. I'm so mad at him. He's eating away at me that I can't just scream at him about how horrible he is. Now, here's a whole bunch of info to answer a bunch of questions. How didn't you notice money missing? Our finances were kept separate. We also got a prenup when we got married. How did he keep visitation during COVID? Apparently he didn't. That he mostly only called and FaceTimed. If she dare brought it up, he'd just hang up on her. Real good guy, I know. Why were you on his phone? Gasp. Could it be my phone was almost dead, so I used his? Yes, I noticed he had calls from her, but she was saved as internet company, so I paid little mind. Oh, and funny thing is, I'm saved as spam call in his phone, which fun fact was a joke between us because I used to call him 5 times every day during our early 20s. People used to literally call me spammy. I occasionally got mad at him because how would he know if it was spam or not? Pretty fucking mad I didn't get weirded out faster. How didn't you figure out via social media? / how did you find her? I usually only use Facebook to look at stupid memes and talk to friends. 2, I had a phone number, that's how. Why didn't you text her instead of messaging her? Got this one as a private message, but I talked to her on Facebook because I didn't want him to see my number on her phone somehow. I know, paranoid and whatever. Why don't you just convert and be sister wives? Why? Why would I do that? How didn't you notice / why did you get married so young? I don't know, maybe I trusted my partner of 11 years. We got married young because he wanted to and we could. How could he have the energy to keep up a double life? I'm not him, I don't know. Honestly, it's beyond me why he would be with me and her at the same time. It makes more sense for him to have been with her full time than me. What about family? He told Jenny that he cut his family off years ago. He didn't, and Jenny grew up in foster care and was never adopted. Funny thing is, his family probably won't care that he cheated on me. They only care that they were kept away from their grandbabies. Oh, and edit. Jenny gave me full permission to tell all these things online as long as I don't give out her actual personal info. Update 2. Hello everyone, I'm back. I've moved out of our house and I'm staying with a friend. We're getting divorced. I confronted him with said friend, just simply because you never know what can happen, but at least I got some form of closure out of this. First off, he wasn't sorry at all. Didn't even ask me to stay, just huffed and said, okay, if this is what you want. When I asked him why, he just looked up at me, didn't say a word. I asked him how he could keep this up for so long. What did he say? Because you both went along with it. So of course I asked further. As many of you guessed, Jenny knew. For some odd reason she was okay with this. I still don't understand why she would lie to me instead of, I don't know, just blocking me or something. I'll admit I was upset, very upset and confused. So I asked again, why would you do this? He told me that he was cheating on me with her since the beginning of our dating, that she was just a fling though, and he didn't expect either relationship to really last, but it did. Woohoo. When I asked him why to cheat in the first place, because I was young, could get away with it at the time, so why not? He fucking disgusts me. I asked why he married me instead of her, because you were the better choice. When I asked him to elaborate, he definitely elaborated. Jenny didn't have a good job. She was a bad investment. Ew. Jenny was uglier, once again. Ew. Jenny wasn't as good as me. She wasn't as clean as me. She wouldn't have been as good as a partner as me, and so on. I asked why he would even have sex with her if he liked me better. Because she was more kinky. For your information, I'm not kinky at all. I'm very vanilla, in fact. I asked about the kids, of course. He clarified that the first kid was an accident. He literally did the air quotes. Jenny poked holes in a condom, which he found out about but never confronted her. Of course, I don't know if I can trust this. He had a second one with her because in his mind, he could handle one, so why not two? What type of dumb fuckery is that? When I asked about how he treated Jenny, he confirmed that he did in fact only see her on weekends, but claimed to have never treated her poorly. He said he treated her as the mother of his children and respected her as such, but never treated her as a romantic partner. Apparently, she's only there to screw, not to love. At the end of it all, he asked if he could talk to me privately. I couldn't find a reason not, so I sent my friend out of the room. He told me that he still loved me, and that we could still work this out if I really wanted to, that he would abandon Jenny and his daughters, but still pay child support. I said no, to which he let out the most dramatic sigh I'd ever heard in my life, before saying, "Have it your way then," and wearing the most smug smile I've ever seen, like he'd won the biggest battle of all time. I was left conflicted. I cried in my friend's car all the way to his house. It's like my now ex could just change everything with a flick of a switch. I can feel myself already wanting him back, but I'm not going back. I'm never going back. I've got a lawyer, and so does he. The papers are signed. All that's left is court. I can't believe how much my life has changed this year. I went from getting giddy to go home to see my husband smile to dreading it, hating it, wishing to never see it again. I don't know whether Jenny really knew, but I'm guessing she did. I mean, how did she not know for 10 years? With that being said, how didn't I know for 10 years? Whatever. I just wanted to let Reddit know that this is what's happened. This didn't happen recently, but I forgot about the whole Reddit post. I've got other things to worry about if you didn't notice. Lol. I don't know what to trust. I don't even want to reach out to Jenny. I don't even know what the truth is anymore. You know, Matthew, if you managed to see this, honestly, I applaud you. Congrats, you did it. You ruined everything. You got away with it for over a decade, and it's finally over. I wonder if you'll go back to Jenny or just find some other girl to trick, to destroy. All I care is that you leave me out of it. I'm looking forward to moving on and minding someone who actually loves me. Jesus, what a guy. The responses to OP in this post, like, because I was young, could get away with it, so why not? Because you were the better choice, and then, like, totally bashing on Jenny at the same time. Trying to get back together with OP. Absolutely awful human. And did Jenny really know? Did Jenny poke holes in the condoms at the same time? Because obviously this guy isn't really a good... You can't really trust this guy, can you? Lying for 10 years already. But what do you guys make of this situation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And this story comes from Hamdila, who says, boyfriend 30 male and I 22 female were mugged. He sprinted off and left me alone with a mugger. He claims he was running for help, but I didn't hear from him for over an hour. Just wondering how bad I should blow up his shit. Tuesday night, boyfriend and I were out. He parked in an alley because it's free. As we got into the car, this tiny little homeless looking guy stepped out with a screwdriver and said something like, "All I need is a hit. Give me $20 and no one gets hurt." Boyfriend sprinted away. He didn't even look behind him, so I was stuck with a mugger, and since I had my phone only, he rubbed his hands all over me while holding the screwdriver to my throat. He was getting off on it, but it was still so traumatizing as he thought I was hiding money in my bra and underwear. I kept hoping that Aiden would be coming back with the cops, but nothing. The homeless guy eventually realized I had nothing and just left down the other end of the alley. I walked around the corner, and less than a block away there was 2 police officers, so I told them, and all of a sudden downtown lit up and they were able to find the guy in less than 5 minutes. I rode with the police to the station to ID the guy. Maybe an hour later, Aiden calls and said, "Have the police, are you okay?" I exploded on him, telling him I'm at the fucking police station and have been for an hour. He tried to tell me he was so scared he didn't know what to do and ran immediately to the police. I told him he was a liar because the 2 police I'd found had been there all night and he must have run past them. After some serious arguing, he admitted that he'd gone to hide in a park about 3 blocks away. I was disgusted and kept hiding when he heard all the sirens because he thought that meant I'd been stabbed or worse. What in the actual fuck? I told him to come pick me up and he said he couldn't because he doesn't like cops and is afraid they'd laugh at him. Well, he was right because 2 very cool young cops gave me a ride home and they laughed and joked about him the entire way. Yesterday, he finally called around noon and I told him don't bother, we're broken up. He then spent the next 8 hours texting me a combination of calling me names, begging me to come back to him and explaining what he'd done had been the smartest thing for both of us. He said had he not run, his natural rage would have taken over and he would have killed the guy. Sure. My question is, how scorched earth do I go in this breakup? Let him have some dignity or do I blow up his shit? Holy shit, had no idea this would blow up. I'm in the lab all day, so I'm just catching up at lunch. I'll try and respond, I promise. Edit 2, guys, I'm floored by this response. I have almost 1,700 unread messages in my inbox and feel like I missed out on a conversation when I was at my internship today. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't heard from Aiden since last night, so I hope that means he got the fucking message. I don't know what I'm going to do, as a day of monitoring aluminium reactions has calmed me down a bit. Not sure, but this is my biggest Reddit post ever, by a long shot. Update. So Original blew up and my most popular Reddit post ever. First time I've ever made the front page and was gilded and platinum, 3 each. And by the time I was really able to check in, the post was removed and I wasn't able to really participate. But thank you for your support and advice. If it can be seen, here's a link to the original, and then shares the original post. Well, that was Thursday, and I think I was a little wound up and trying to find humor in the situation. Friday, it really settled in that I was sexually assaulted with a screwdriver held to my throat. I know that wasn't the mugger's intent, but the outcome was the same. I spent the last 2 days in my room just trying to figure out who I talked to. I haven't told anyone and even tried to go out last night but was too afraid to walk to my car late, so I left really early, then walked with my keys between my fingers, between my car and apartment, and haven't really left. Would love any advice on how to get on with getting past this. As for Aiden, he's left me about a dozen angry emails and voice messages blaming me for parking where he did, not running away like he did, then exposing him to the police. He's an incredible piece of shit, but since I don't want to talk about any of it, I haven't blown his shit up, as I asked in the original. Not sure what I'm going to do. I blocked him in every way I know, but just now he created a fake Gmail to berate me again. I think everyone was right that he has some sort of police past, along with being an incredible coward, and he thinks I'm going to let them know where to find him. I talked with the ADA sometime this week, as well as victim advocate, and seeing as how this will truly blow his shit up. Maybe I'll slip his name along. So that's where we all are. Thanks for reading and keeping with my drama. Now I'm going to turn this one to you guys. What do you guys make of this situation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And just a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, your support, your time always means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.
Yeah, man, I remember being so naive when life was good, weather and palm trees. Back in the day, you were everything I need. But then along came a time when you crushed my dreams. Oh yeah, you played me like a fool when you made me believe that the line between love wasn't thick enough to read. Oh yeah, you see we in despair, crime everywhere. You're selling false hope cause you just don't care. Nah, you just